You can start building real woodworking projects this weekend without owning a workshop full of expensive tools, without years of experience, and without wasting months trying to figure everything out on your own. In fact, the biggest mistake beginners make is exactly what most people believe they should do first. And avoiding that mistake can save you hundreds of dollars and countless hours of frustration. Every year, thousands of people decide they want to get into woodworking. They watch videos. They save ideas. They buy tools. They dream about building furniture for their homes, or maybe even starting a small side business. Then something happens. They become overwhelmed. There are too many tools, too many techniques, too many opinions. Suddenly, a hobby that looked exciting starts feeling complicated. For many people, woodworking doesn't end with failure. It ends with hesitation. And hesitation becomes years of waiting. The truth is that most beginners are asking the wrong question. They ask, "What tool should I buy first?" The better question is, "What should I build first?" That single change in thinking changes everything. Because the fastest way to start woodworking is not buying more tools. It is not watching another 50 videos. It is not spending months researching equipment. The fastest way to start woodworking is following a proven plan and building a simple project from start to finish. Think about learning to drive. Nobody learns by studying car engines for 6 months before touching a steering wheel. People learn by driving. Woodworking works exactly the same way. Experience comes from building, not preparing to build. A good woodworking plan acts like a GPS. It tells you exactly what materials to buy, exactly what size to cut every piece, exactly what tools are needed, exactly how everything fits together. Without a plan, beginners spend most of their time guessing. With a plan, they spend their time learning. That difference is enormous. One beginner wastes an entire weekend fixing mistakes. Another finishes a project and gains confidence. The difference is often nothing more than direction. One of the biggest traps beginners fall into is choosing projects that are far too difficult. They see a beautiful dining table online and decide that will be project number one. 3 weeks later, the project is still unfinished. The excitement disappears. The tools stop moving. The dream quietly fades away. The problem was never talent. The project was simply too advanced. A floating shelf can teach measuring. A serving tray can teach sanding and finishing. A planter box can teach assembly and alignment. Small projects teach big lessons. More importantly, small projects get finished. Finishing projects builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum creates skill. That is how experienced woodworkers are made. Not through giant projects, through many small victories. Another myth that scares beginners is the belief that woodworking is expensive. The internet loves showing giant workshops full of industrial machines. That is not reality for most people. Some amazing projects are built with a tape measure, a drill, a circular saw, clamps, and a sander. That is enough to begin. Professional woodworkers own more tools because they save time. Beginners need tools that help them learn. Knowledge beats equipment almost every time. A skilled builder in a small garage will outperform an inexperienced person standing inside a workshop worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That should be encouraging, because it means almost anyone can start. The next challenge is usually wood itself. Walk into a lumber aisle for the first time, and it feels like entering a foreign country. Pine, poplar, oak, maple, cedar, walnut. The good news is that beginners do not need expensive hardwoods. Pine is affordable and forgiving. Poplar is excellent for painted projects. Cedar works beautifully outdoors. Simple materials are often the smartest teachers. One phrase you will hear repeatedly in woodworking is measure twice and cut once. There is a reason experienced builders repeat it so often. Wood cannot be uncut. A mistake that takes 3 seconds to make can take 3 hours to fix. Sometimes it cannot be fixed at all. That is why planning matters. That is why proven designs matter. And that is why the fastest woodworkers are often the ones who spend the most time preparing before making the first cut. Something interesting happens after your first successful project. People notice. Family members ask where you bought it. Friends ask if you can build one for them. Neighbors start asking questions. Sometimes a hobby starts becoming something much bigger. A shelf built for your living room turns into a second shelf for a friend. Then maybe a bench. Then maybe a small side business. Many woodworking businesses started exactly that way. Not with a giant investment. Not with a massive workshop. With one simple project. 5 years from now, there will be two kinds of people interested in woodworking. The first group will still be researching. Still waiting for more money. Still waiting for more space. Still waiting for the perfect time. The second group will have projects in their homes, skills in their hands, and confidence they never imagined having. The difference between those two groups will not be talent. It will be action. If you want the fastest path to learning woodworking, avoid the mistake of trying to figure everything out alone. Use proven plans. Build simple projects. Finish what you start. Repeat the process. That formula has created skilled woodworkers for generations. If you want access to thousands of woodworking plans that can help you avoid expensive mistakes and start building faster, take a look at the product linked in the description and find projects that match your current skill level. Subscribe to the channel for more woodworking tips, project ideas, and strategies that help you build with more confidence and less frustration. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.